Let's talk about karma. Karma equals action plus the reaction from that action. As you sow, so shall you reap. What you do comes back to you. To every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Let's demonstrate. Here's a guy, could be a gal, with a ball. He's going to take the ball, he's going to throw the ball. We put a wall in there. The ball is going to bounce off the wall, and it's going to bounce back to him in the same way that any action that we do goes out, strikes objects, and comes back to us. It just goes out, it hits something, whatever it is, the tree, the wall, the brick, whatever, and it comes back and it affects us. It's pretty simple. That's the way karma works. But it's more complicated than that. So we're going to look at it as if we're in a closed box. And to make it easier to understand, we're going to fill that box with water. We're showing waves there. It's for illustrative purposes only. It's not a real person. Nobody's going to drown. But what we want to show you is how when you can see the waves, and you've all been in a large tub or in a small pool, where when you move your arms, you can feel the waves very clearly bouncing, very forcibly bouncing off of first one wall and then the floor and then another wall, and it starts agitating itself very clearly. So we want to show how that works here in this animated sequence where we're showing you the lines of force or the lines of the water coming back, bouncing off the wall as he simply moves his arms. What we're showing you is how simply doing some simple action, it goes out, it affects that object which is closest to us, it bounces back to us, it influences us, it may bounce onto some other thing or things that are farther away bounce back to us and have an influence on us anyway. So when we've all noticed this in a tub, we move our arms and the water splashes away from us and then it splashes back to us. And this is coming to us from all directions all the time. But we don't live in a tub. We live in a universe. We live in a very vast and infinite universe, and everything that we do goes out and strikes everything else in creation and comes back to us. So you don't realize when you throw the ball or you kiss your spouse or you yell at your boss or employee that what you do goes out and it strikes the nearest walls, the chairs, the buildings, the other people, trees, forest, ocean, fish in the ocean, clouds, sky, Mars, Pluto, Alpha Centaurus, and way beyond. And for everything that it strikes, it comes back to you having the same influence that you sent it out with. And that's the simple explanation of karma, but that's not all. When we look at what we see around us, there's what we call the visible spectrum, which is this color area here you see on the right. So this is the visible spectrum. So when we look at the influence of karma, we think it only includes the visible spectrum. Thoughts are abstract, but they're also physical. They're measurable. That's what brainwaves are all about. So thoughts are physical. Where are they on the graph? So everything that we do, everything that we think, everything that we feel has an influence, an effect on every one of these levels. All of these levels throughout the entire universe. But that's not all. There's what we call good karma. There's what we call bad karma. Good karma is action that nourishes, balances, fulfilled. It's action that's in tune with natural law. It's action that's in tune with the will of God. It means that the effect coming back to you nourishes, balances, and fulfills. It means that coming back to you, it's in tune with the laws of nature and the will of God. Bad karma means the action that you did causes pain and suffering. It violates natural law, it violates the will of God, and it means the effect coming back to you causes pain and suffering, and that violates natural law and it violates the will of God. How does that work? Well, let's say you water a plant, which is very life-supporting and nourishing, saving the life of the plant. Well done you. But the water drowned and killed a bug. Not so well done you, but the bug was wounded and dying, so you put it out of its misery. So is that good or bad karma? And what is the effect of that on everything throughout the whole universe and on every one of these levels? One more thing, and that is that no one is all good or all bad. So everything you do is actually a combination of good and bad. Let's say you're 50% enlightened. That means that 50% of everything you do is in tune with natural law, in tune with the will of God. It means that 50% of everything you do nourishes, balances, and fulfills. And that 50% of everything you do isn't so great. Plus, it means that 50% of everything coming back to you nourishes and balances and helps you, and that 50% of everything coming back to you may not make your day so great. If you're 80% enlightened in tune with natural law, 80% coming back is what we call good. If you're 20% enlightened in tune with natural law, you might want to work on that. To recap, karma is action plus the reaction from that action, from the environment and from the whole world and from every level, whether we see it or not. There is good karma, there is bad karma. No one is all good or all bad. There is no way of knowing what percentage you are. That's why they say karma is unfathomable. But there are some things you can do to increase your good karma, to increase your attunement to natural law. We recommend tm.org for their well-researched programs, and we recommend the products and services at giftsfromdevotion.com, particularly our DVD and CD programs, and our smooth transition systems, which radiate divine healing frequencies that bring attunement to natural law, bringing you loads of extra good karma in your life, which is what you want. So please visit giftsfromdevotion.com and have a great day. Subscribe to all of our videos. We have a wealth of information available to you. Please take advantage of it. Just click the link below. Take care.